like I said, we left off last time, they're in Africa. He is with Marco, who, like I said, is William's bodyguard. Marco is everything that Harry isn't, and then some. If Harry could reimagine himself, if he could have made who he was, he would have been Marco. Marco is big and brash and muscular and, strong and huge personality. He can talk to anybody. Everything he does big. And he's also, this flaming red hair, but he is not embarrassed by his red hair. Like, Harry's always just like, I'm a ginger. That's probably why he let them shave his hair. And he's like super self-conscious about it. Which, by the way, okay, you guys, what is the big deal with being a redhead? I mean, why are people always like, look at that redheaded stepchild over there. I mean, what is it about being a redhead that people are so, like, a ginger? Okay, whatever. I just don't get his obsession with his red hair. It's not that big of a deal. But he, since everything's a big deal to him, of course his hair color is yet one more strike against him. But he says that Marco was, like, awesome. And, of course, the way that he gets people to like him is to get them to laugh. And so his big thing is he's going to get Marco to laugh. He is going to find something that he can do that's just going to, like, make Marco just guffaw. That's how he's going to get his in. And then this part of the story, I was just like, once again, I mean, I'm sorry to continue to beat this drum, but editors, where were you? He goes on to tell this tangent of a story that goes nowhere, and you think it's going to go somewhere. He's like, I really wanted to make him laugh. Then he came up with a plan. And his plan was, and I just have to be like, this was your plan? There wasn't anybody to help you out with this one? And at first I was like, oh, he tells us what the plan is. And immediately I was like, he probably got that one really secret because it's such a lame plan. But he's like, I told everybody, and a lot of people thought it was really funny. And I'm like, everybody was humoring you. Because his big plan was, Marco really likes puddings and sweets. And so at the nightly pudding, his big plan was to put Tabasco sauce in it. Why would that make anybody laugh? Like, if I was looking forward to my pudding and then it had been spoiled by Tabasco sauce, you better believe I wouldn't be laughing. But this is his plan. And people gave him the okay. Tiggy is all like, that sounds really good. Do that. And so he's off to the races. His Tabasco sauce, he goes into the cook tent and he's like, don't mind me. I'm just going to put this Tabasco sauce in Marco's pudding. And, the kitchen staff are like, okay. And he does it. So you think there's going to be some kind of reaction. You're waiting for it. I mean, we built this whole thing up. Then he goes on to say, I mean, the legs are just cut out from underneath that story. Because then he starts talking about, and then when they brought the puddings in, mysteriously a leopard walked by. Everyone was frozen. No one knew what to do about the leopard. But I started to walk towards the leopard. And then Marco grabbed my shoulder and wouldn't let me. And everyone was like, everyone was shocked. And then they were shocked because what if the leopard had eaten me? End scene. What happened to the Tabasco? Did Marco laugh? I mean, why are you telling me the story? Marco was the best. I wanted to make him laugh. I got Tabasco to put in his pudding. Leopard. I'm lost for words because I don't understand why he told that story. Anyway, but he kind of ends that story by saying, wouldn't it have been so terrible if I got mauled by a leopard, because when Mummy comes out of hiding, where am I going to be? I can't be in the jaws of a leopard. So that's like, that's his first realization that he better be a little bit more careful in life because Mummy's coming back any day. And when she comes back, he needs to be alive for that. Then he starts talking about just how much he loved Africa. Africa was the best. It was so much better than, cold, frigid, sterile England. Here, this place was teeming with life and everybody was super friendly. And he goes on to talk about the fact that everyone is just really big on like physical displays of affection, big hugs, high fives, just lots of camaraderie, which it seems like his soul really needed that and no one was giving it to him. What I really think about Harry is that he was really born to be an American and he was born in England. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be loud and brash and like big with his emotions, and therapy seems to mean a lot to him, and big displays of affection, and doesn't, like, he seems like a misfit in his own culture. Like, everything that he wanted isn't something that is being offered up where in the culture of the royal family. And for whatever reason, I mean, it's not like a Meghan Markle thing. It's like his whole life, it seems like he's just been disappointed with the people in his life. and in the ways that they're able to express their love for him. Probably his mom was the most affectionate person. And then as soon as she died, there's just this huge vacuum in his life, and there was no physical affection. He really struggled with that. But in Africa, people would hug him and touch him, and he needed that. And there's all different kinds of ways that people are loved, and some people do need physical touch more than other people. Well, he seems to be one of those people. So Africa he just felt super seen in Africa. Well, another thing that happened in Africa was that he, for the first time, he killed something, like a rabbit. It was a rabbit he killed. And Tiggy, mysterious Tiggy, he took blood from the rabbit and smeared it on his face, blooding him. And it was, in his estimation, this door into manhood. Like, now he was a man. He'd been blooded by Tiggy. And so that was like a big thing for him.